everyone, welcome in. This is Andy or Crow. You can call me either. And I'm crowstitcher here on YouTube and maybe, hopefully, Twitch again at some point. Today is Monday, April 21st, 2025, and this is Flosstube 39. So, welcome in to anyone who is new or all of you who are returning. I appreciate all of you. So, we're going to get into announcements. So, the first announcement I have is voting is still going on for the piece I'm going to do for the Giro d'Italia, the bicycle race in Italy. Jesus. It's going to be one of those days, y'all. So it starts in May 1st, I believe. I have it all written out somewhere. But anyway, so I am joining Laura, from I Stitch Birds, and she has picked a whip, and she did it last year for La Vuelta. I remember it at this time, La Vuelta in Spain, and Tour de France. Why could I not remember that? Anyway, so she picks a whip, and then every day, whatever the number of kilometers is that they bike, she stitches on that whip. It's usually 100 something. Some days are like really like not even 100. Some days are 200 some, but it totals to be a little over 3,000, like 3,200 or something like that. I have it all written down. So I couldn't decide, and so I spun the wheel, and it landed on two different whips that you are all voting on. So the first one is put seeds in your pocket. Well, I'm calling it put seeds in your pocket. It's from Massandra Gifts on Etsy, and this is what it looks like. Obviously in color, but my printer doesn't print in color, so this is what you get. And it's just called 196_seeds. But I call it put seeds in your pocket. So this is option 1, and if you want to vote on this, just comment below and put seeds. Seeds. And this is a whip. I am stitching this on, why doesn't this have a card? Oh, my needle minder just fell off. I don't know where its card is. It should have a card. Anyway, I'm stitching this on 18 count Aquarius from Be Stitch Me. It was the June fabric of the month from 2024. And this is where I am with it. So I started the top center. And that's pretty true to color, that the fabric. It maybe is a little bit more blue in real life, but that's pretty true. So that's what the stitching looks like up close. And let me get some stats. The 3,000, well, again, I have to do the math because it's a little over 3,000. Oops, it's a little over 3,000. But I think if this is chosen, this would get me to a little over, to about 50%. So I have 736 stitches done out of 7,546, and I'm at 9.75%. So I think it might be 3,400, 3,200. I have to look and see how many stitches it actually is, and then do the math. But it would get me to about 50%. So that's option one. If you want to vote for that, um, put seeds in a comment below. Um, and this is the last week to vote. I'll announce the winner next week, next Flosstube, because it starts on Wednesday. And then the second one to vote for is Watchmen. This is artwork by Lisa Parker. It'll be inserted here somewhere. And again, I have to check to see how many stitches it actually is. But this is one of my pieces that are my full coverage legacy pieces that I want to get to 3%. So I currently have 4,883 stitches out of 335,500, and I'm at 1.46%. I'm doing it over 22 count, 1/1. So the 3,000 plus stitches would probably get me to the 3%. So this is what it looks like. This is the rock coming in here. So that's option 2. And if you want to vote for this, just put Watchmen in your comment below. So both would obviously get this would get to the 3%, and the other one would get to probably the 50% or around there. So yeah. If you haven't voted already, go ahead and vote. There is a very, very clear winner at the moment. I'm keeping a tally on my whiteboard, and there's a very, very clear winner at the moment. But I'm not gonna really say. I don't want to, sway people's opinions. If you haven't voted, go and vote. The next announcement is not really an announcement. It's more of a reminder to not be an ass. I've talked about this before on my Flosstubes, and a lot of people have thanked me for speaking out about it. I'm not going to name again because the person it happened, it's not important who it happened to. What's important is that it happened. Someone commented on one of my friends' whip parades that she couldn't watch because it was too creepy. And like I've said before on here, not everyone is everyone's cup of tea. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I know that there are probably quite a lot of people who stumble upon my channel and then are like, nah, and then move on. And I know there are a lot of people who I've stumbled upon, and for whatever reason, I'm just like, no, I'm not, I'm not feeling it, and I just go somewhere else. And that's okay. That's why we are all here doing what we do, right? We're all different. It's like a book. Not everyone who reads the same book is going to like that book, and not everyone who likes the book is going to like it for the same reasons. Or not everyone who dislikes the book is going to dislike it for the same reasons. That's just the way the world is, right? So I don't expect that everyone who stumbles upon my channel or anyone else's channel is going to like what they see. That's just not the way it works. However, don't announce it. If you come across something and you don't like for whatever reason, maybe it's the person's accent and you have a difficulty understanding what they're saying. Maybe it's their whips and it's just not your cup of tea. You know, maybe it's that they have too many whips for you and it makes you a little anxious. Maybe it's the other way around and they don't have enough whips and you kind of get bored watching the same thing all the time. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. You don't have to announce it. Just close the tab and go find someone else, because there are thousands of Flosstubers here. There are thousands of channels. There are thousands of videos. There is something that you will like. Don't bring that negativity into someone's space. Just move on. You're wasting your own energy, and you're tainting essentially someone else's space that is meant to be welcoming and for everyone who wants to come into that space, welcoming and warming. Putting a comment like that in there taints that space. Just don't do it. Just move on. There's no reason to announce it, because quite frankly, whatever you don't like, it's not going to, well, it shouldn't change that person, whoever's video it is. It shouldn't make them change, right? Like if someone comes in and says to me, you have too many whips, I don't like how many whips you have, am I gonna not have, like, whip down just for that person? No, because that's how I am. So if they don't like it, they can go somewhere else who has a lot less whips. And there are many people who have a lot less whips than I do. So saying whatever you dislike is not going to and should not make that person change to accommodate you. And if it's something that person can't change, like, I don't know what she found creepy. She didn't specify. But I'm going to assume that whatever she found creepy is not something that person could really change, whether it's their whips or them or their space. I don't know. So if it's something that person can't change, then there's even less of a reason to make your announcement, okay? If you don't have anything, if you don't like it, if there's something you don't like, then just move on. Don't leave a comment. Just close the tab and go somewhere else. It's that simple. I don't understand why people are so hell-bent on voicing their negativity and their dislikes. Excuse me. Their dislikes. So you don't like it. Okay, that's fine. Go somewhere else. You don't have to say it. You don't have to announce it. And there was another Flosstuber who's a friend of mine who last week, there wasn't a comment on Flosstube, there was a comment on Instagram that got her very upset and did get her questioning and trying to, and people don't realize that make these types of comments either don't realize or don't care how it could affect the person that you're leaving that comment on. There are some people who that would really hurt, not only themselves, their stitching, their style. So just move on. Don't say it. Don't announce it. Don't put your negativity out there. There's enough negativity in this world. We don't need more. So that's what I have to say about that. Don't be an ass. It's pretty. I mean, I guess it's not that simple. I think it's pretty simple to not be an ass, but apparently, there we are. Okay. Stitching. Now that we're 15 minutes in, and my videos usually now are only 30, but it's fine. I needed to say that. I needed to get that out again because I think, and especially from the number of people previously when I've talked about this who have thanked me for saying it, I think it's something that needs to be said and needs to be acknowledged. And because if we don't acknowledge it and we don't call these people out, then it's not gonna stop. It's not gonna, it's just gonna keep happening, and then you don't know, that might really damage someone. And if I can help prevent that even a little bit, I'm going to do it. So, okay, last week's new start. We're on to stitching now, for reals this time. Was from Xana X Stitch. I'll put a picture up. I have to scroll all the way down on Pattern Keeper because you can't sort things alphabetically or put them in folders. Okay, I'm calling it Halloween Gnome in a Cup because all of Xana's stuff are just numbered, and I need something to know what it is. So I'm doing it on. By the way, look at this tiny cute little bag from the Sewing Shop CA. Look at, and it came with this little charm. Isn't that cute? I'm doing this 1/1 on 25 count, and I did not do a stitch with me with it again this week. I will do it this week. My voice was still, I was still really dry and I had trouble speaking for long periods of time. So I did the quiet stitch with me, but not the talking one. But I'll do that this week. There are 2 colors there, I promise. I'm doing it 1/1 and 25 count, full cross. And I have 550 stitches out of 90,000, and I'm at 0.61%. And it's 310 and 939. So, not much to see, but I did get a good start on it. So, that was that. I'm trying to get my card. There we go. Oh, and I lost my needle minder. I mean, it's in the bag, but I'll find it next time I pull it out, which will probably be a while. Okay, so now we have to pick a new start for this week. Let me bring up. Sorry, scissors. Okay. I couldn't find it. So I have 150 something full coverage new starts on there. They are not all of my full coverages that I have to start, but they are the ones that I chose to put on the wheel. Every week I'm spinning the wheel to pick a new start. I did remove some to kind of clear up the wheel a bit, but then I added more, so it really didn't matter. Anyway, so we're going to spin the wheel to see what our new start is for this week, and we'll see. Come on, focus. There we go. And we'll see if it lands on Hubble Bubble Square, Tanya. Night of the Raven. Oh my god. I have been wanting to start this forever. Pause. I need to bring up my tablet. This is a piece that I've had for quite a while, and I just haven't started it. It's been, where is my markup? Oh, there it is. It just kept getting pushed back. As soon as you see it, you'll be like, yep, that's absolutely crow. It is by, hold on, Cross Stitch for Everyone. The artwork is by Tung Lam. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And this is what it looks like. Ah, y'all, I'm so excited. Look at that. Look at that. Like, that is so me. Oh, I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be just black, so it's going to be a while till I would get to any of the fun stuff. Because it is just going to be, I would imagine, solid black in all corners, basically. Yeah. Yeah. It's just going to be 310. Unless I started in the middle or on one of the other corners, I might be able, like one of the bottom corners, which I don't really want to do. Maybe the middle. No, I'm just going to start the top left and deal with the black. So, I mean, you're not going to see anything when I show you the new start. This is going to be a very boring stitch with me. Because even if I start in the center, it's still going to be mostly black. But I'm so excited for that one. Okay, let me screenshot that. So, okay. Okay, I'm so excited. I like don't know what to do next. Okay. Clue stitching for this week was Beetlejuice Zombie Jesus. Shit. By Raven Coven. It looks like this. And that's the pattern, so I'm holding it back here. And I pulled Professor Plum with the candlestick in Beetlejuice Zombie Jesus. And Professor Plum and Zombie Jesus were correct. The candlestick was not, so I had to do 600 stitches. Oops, let me move this. 600 stitches. This is what, oh, I'm stitching this 2/2 on 28 count Wrath. Even Weave by Witch's Garden Crafts. This is what it looks like in total. And I did my 600 stitches in here. I did all this black and then started filling in some of the white over here, but basically all of this. And so this will be next week's clue piece as well. I pulled, it's Plum, Professor Plum. I pulled the rope and Zombie Jesus, and that is what it was. It was Professor Plum with the rope in Beetlejuice Zombie Jesus. So I have to do 750 stitches on this for this week, and that is another clue solved. So next week we'll start a new game. And we'll add onto my board next week with, we'll update the murderer and all that fun stuff. Oh, I didn't give you stats. Hold on. I'm telling you, I got so excited with that new start for the week. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh wait, I gotta scroll all the way back up to the top. Here we are. I currently have 4,474 stitches out of 15,906, and I'm at 28.13%. So that stays out for this week. Okay, then we're into the top 3. So each week I show the 3 pieces that got the most amount of stitches the past week. And coming in at number 3 was a new start. It's a Mill Hill kit, the Winter Woodpecker. I just got it the week before and really wanted to start it. We have these woodpeckers that come year round. And they're so pretty, and I love them, and I wanted to stitch this like right away. But I hate perforated paper, so I found in my hoard this blue and white, I don't know how well it'll show up on my camera, blue and white 14 count, oh yeah, there we go, Ada. The kit did not have the beads in it. And should have, but I just thought, you know what, I'll just pull from my stash, make do with what I have. So this is where I am. A lot of these are beads. Like this is beads, it's foot. So, but this is all I got done. I did get some of the back stitching done. So I'm using the kit materials as far as some of the floss. I had a really hard time sorting the light colored floss. There's like 762, 30 Blanc, 3756. I had a very, very difficult time trying to differentiate between those colors, and it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use that from my master set. So all the lighter colors, like the ecru I'm using, but anything that looks white basically is from my master set. But I think it's going to look so cute. I really enjoyed stitching this. It's going to look so pretty. So that was number 3 for the most amount of stitches. And it is full coverage. I didn't realize until I started it. Okay, coming in at number 2 is cheese delivery. I'll have to put a picture up for this. This is an exciting moment. So I'm working on cheese delivery this is by Chris Dunn, artworks by, obviously, wait, okay, let's try that again. Cheese delivery, artworks by Chris Dunn, started by Pain Free Crafts. And I'm stitching this for child, but I'm working on it this month for Bandits Community Craft Along. So there's a group of us. Each month we rotate through, and in one of the people in our group hosts a craft along. Everyone gets their birthday month, and then other than that, we kind of just randomly pick. Like I get June for June dog, whatnot. So I decided to pull this out and work on this for Bandit's Stitch Along because her theme this month, it's her birthday month, and her theme is animals for April. And so there are cute little mice and a ferret with a peg on his nose. And this was in my priority pieces, legacy pieces. Again, try that again. It's one of my priority full coverage pieces to get to 5%. And guess what I did? I got it to 5%. So that is now off that list and into just a regular priority list. And this is what it looks like. Let me use the board, see if I can flatten it out a bit. Come on. Focus. Don't focus on my hands. Focus on this. Are you gonna focus? Like you were doing fine. I don't understand. Well, we'll hold it back here and hopefully it'll get its shit together. So I now have 6,156 stitches out of 123,200 and I'm at 5% exactly. And I did all of this whole diagonal up to the few threads I have worked in there. And I think we might be getting into a mouse here. If not, it'll be the next diagonal. It's looking so good. This is 1/1 on 22 count. There we go. Full cross. Gorgeous. Child doesn't know I'm doing this either, by the way. So we'll see how much more I can get on that before the end of the month. Wait, okay. Coming in at number 2 is Fairy House. This was by Shirova Creations. It is no longer available. I bought this kind of right after they opened their shop on Etsy. I'm doing it 2/1 half cross on 25 count, at least for the time being. We'll see if I decide to change that when I get into more confetti. And we are currently, where is it? There we go. I currently have 5,916 stitches out of 681,948, and I'm at 0.87%. And this is where we are. So I did manage to get, I finished off this diagonal down here, worked in the rest of the black I had down there, and then did all of this. And there is some blues in there. We're starting to get the first bubble going on. Some blues, some purples, some greens. So we'll start to see some more colors come in, which is nice. But a lot of it's black. 939. But back here you can see the colors a little bit more. They are very bright and they pop nicely against the black in real life. So oh wait, that was number 1, right? Did I say 2? That was number 1. That got the most stitches. Okay, so now we're on to honorable mentions. So each week I take everything else that didn't make the top 3 or clue and put it in a wheel, spin the wheel, and we pick 2 honorable mentions. The first one is Winter Wonderland. This is by Flosstubers, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I have 7,755 stitches out of 225. That's wrong. 220,000, and I'm at 3.52%. And this is what it will look like. Did a top left start, 1/1 full cross 28 on 28 count. It's so gorgeous. And this is where I am. So this is the whole thing. Just take a moment to appreciate how gorgeous that is from back here. Beautiful. And wait, now I need this. I worked I think I just did this up here. I had the previous diagonal done, so I started on the next diagonal, filled all that in. So we're getting into a lot of the pinks in the sky there. It looks so lovely. Like, oh, that tree. Beautiful. This is a priority piece to get to 5% as well. And then the last honorable mention is also a priority piece to get to 5%. It is The Ineffable Husband. Artwork is by Philip de Carme. Charted by Two Legs Make One Cross on Etsy. I have 3,976 stitches out of 382,850, and I'm at 1.04%. So I do have a bit to go to get this to the 5%. And this is what Zena, stop. Thank you. This is what it will look like. I usually do top left starts, but I wanted to do Crowley first, so I did a top right start. So I started over here, so I could get to Crowley. And this is, actually I don't need the board for this, I don't think. This is what it looks like. So I worked mostly down here this time. I started here and then just started filling in. So all of this got done, filled some confetti in here, and brought this over a little bit, that brown. This is gonna look so awesome. I just, I'm not doing diagonals. I tried doing diagonals and discovered that I hate doing them from the right to the left. So now I'm just doing, what is it called, the typewriter method or something? I don't know. I'm just picking like in a section, the top right floss color, and then just working down and keep going like that. Unless it's the border, like the border stuff is just pretty straightforward. So kind of cross country, but making sure I fill things in as I go, so I don't leave spaces. So. Okay. So that is all I have to show you today. Ooh, my shirt. Wait. Fuck off. Isn't that good? I mean, that's so me. Yeah. So that's how I have to show you. I will be doing a Flosstube, not a Flosstube, a Stitch With Me for the New Start, where I'll be talking, and I'll answer some more questions that you all put in the, are we gonna have a Xena? Are we gonna have a Xena? Xena appearance. Say hi, everybody. She hasn't made an appearance for a while. She sleeps on her chair, which is like right behind the camera. Yes, I know, baby. And then I'll also be doing a quiet stitch with me for whatever piece wins the poll. So there is a poll up in the posts tab. I think the Colors of Life was currently in the lead the last time I looked, but I don't know when I'll film that, but you got probably a couple more days at least to vote. So go ahead and do so. She's getting her scritchies. She likes the back of her legs scratched and underneath her paws. Yeah. So I hope you all have a great rest of the week. If I don't see you for any of the Stitch With Me's, have a great weekend as well, and I'll see you next Monday for the next Flosstube. Stay healthy, stay safe, and get happy stitching. We'll see you next time. Zena's fucking up my system. We'll see you next time.